I would also like to thank you for staying here after the lunchtime. For those, I can see many people who are more than familiar with RISK4SEA here. For those who are not familiar, RISK4SEA is a SaaS platform analyzes post-trade control data. And today I would like to discuss together and present to you on how, by using an automated system, you can improve your post-trade control performance, to streamline your operations, minimize your operational expenses, and we will close this presentation with some lessons that must be learned. Now, let's check some realities about the post-trade control. We have the tendency to discuss that we have common standards between the MOUs. Please check, for example, Paris MOU. We are talking about 1,500 ports, close to 1,500 ports. In Tokyo, we have 600, Tokyo MOU, we have 650 ports, 128 ports in the US, and 200 ports almost in Australia. You know that, as Mr. Lalas referred about Italy, in Ravenna, for example, we have a totally different approach than in the port of Piraeus during the inspections. The same applies for the Coast Guard. Totally different approach in the west to the east coast. So we cannot discuss about common standards. Of course, in each place, inspectors have totally different approach and are specified in different areas. Post-trade control is, of course, based to the ship, the manager, and the port is related with all of these factors. And, of course, ships cannot be prepared with generic checklists. I am sure that you have seen many of them out there. We have to focus on the ship type and the port that we are interested in. For example, we have a Panamax that will call port of Amsterdam, port of Rotterdam, whatever. So we need to focus especially what is going on there. And all of these emails that we send sometimes create just noise and nothing of significance. Some realities about the detentions. We have 6,000 vessels being detained every 36 months. This is not the impressive number. The other one, the percentage below is the impressive one, which says that 85% of these vessels had no other detention within the last 36 months. We're talking about 4,500 vessels. I am sure, again, that you have heard several times from insiders in the market saying that we have bad vessels, we have substandard ships, that's why we have detentions. We totally disagree with that. We say that we have non-well-prepared vessels. And this is related to the ignorance about the focus items in each place, in most of the cases. We don't know exactly where and when our vessel will be inspected. We have some parameters like priority status, inspection window, open dates, but trust me, these are not enough. And sometimes we have faced some miscommunications between the office and the vessel. So we have three main objectives in order of importance. We have here, you can see that first of all, we need to eliminate the detentions, even that we have an increase on detentions, as Mr. Lala said earlier. We need to eliminate the detentions. After that, we need to minimize the deficiencies and the noise that produced by all of these emails. How we did it? We employed, as you can see here, a port call risk assessment for every single call that our vessels will have in the near future. We can have an automated port call risk assessment in order to identify and find out if and when the vessel will be inspected. After that, an automated system, again, creates a checklist properly prioritized to the ship, to the port, and, of course, to the manager. All of that, of course, can work with no human interaction, a fully automated system. Now, in this slide, you can see the 6 steps for this automated process. Number one, we need somehow to import in the system the next port of call of the vessel. This can happen in several ways, as you can see. We can use APIs, we can use AIS systems. We can do it in several ways. If we have the next port of call of the vessel, you will have, a system will, automatically produce this port call risk assessment. And based on the result of this assessment, number 3, system will create alerts, will trigger alerts, something like notifications. If we can set up the system in the proper way, and up to 5 recipients may receive an email that vessel X, you may have a challenging inspection in this port. You are due to be inspected, so this is a checklist that you need to use about this call. In the risk assessment, number 1 is the port call risk assessment. As you can see, it's a ship manager and port-specific report where we have, let's say, 3 analyses in this assessment. Number 1, we can check the inspection probability, the severity of the inspection, and the overall port call risk assessment. And after that, of course, we have the levels, and this is very interesting to discuss. You can see on the vertical side the severity of the inspection, the severity levels, and on the horizontal, in the horizontal one, you will see the port-state control inspection probability. We have cases, port-state control inspection, I'm talking about the probability, is not expected, an inspection may be expected, or an inspection should be expected. And on the other hand, we have a not challenging inspection, and a most challenging inspection. Please check that we have the risk, the POCRA risk levels. We have up to item 9, it's 3 to 3. And of course, you understand that we cannot discuss, we cannot have, let's say, doubts if we need to send an email on the red areas. Okay, we have an inspection that will happen and a challenging port, or a most challenging port. So in these cases, we need to send the proper info to the vessel. Please check items in orange and green tabs. If you do the maths, the percentages here are equal to 65% of the calls that vessels have. We're talking about the rest of, except from the red ones. What we can do is that we can select for which one of these tabs, for which one of these risk levels, vessel, office, everyone who is involved with the post-state control preparation of the vessel will or not receive an email about it. In this way, we can reduce the noise produced by all of these mails, and of course, send to the vessel and to the people who prepare the vessel about the inspection. And we can find exactly where we need to inform them, for which call we need to inform them. You can see that we have by 100% the control in each one of these boxes. But I would like to think about the case of risk level number 6. We have an inspection that is not expected, but the severity is most challenging. I would like to think about if an email should be sent to the vessel, each vessel, for this specific call. Most probably, we have to send something to the vessel because, okay, we have small chances to be inspected, but if we will be inspected, the inspection will be more than challenging, as you can see here. So the severity is in front of the probability based on the risk factors that we have to analyze here. So this is something that we can do. This is something that we can modify. And of course, texts, subjects, attachments that will be included in the specific emails will be sent to the vessel can be modified. You can see that we can add or remove columns, for example, about the items that will be included. As I said earlier, items are properly prioritized in each checklist, starting with the detainable deficiencies in each port. And after that, we have campaign items, if any concentrated inspection campaign exists in the area, following by the common deficiency codes between the vessel and the port. And of course, we can create a tailor-made checklist based on company's need, based on what we finally prefer to be sent to the vessel. Of course, we have the deficiency codes, the deficiency code description, and the comments from the focus items from the port state control inspectors. This can happen for every single port globally. Now, as said earlier, vessels cannot be prepared with generic checklists. We need to focus in the areas that specific ship types, specific age of groups of vessels that will be inspected in a specific port faced in the past. All of the calls can be assessed in advance, so we can have a prediction about a possible inspection or not. We can have, as presented earlier with the risk levels, we can have by 100% the control in each one of the cases that will be created based on the results of the risk assessment. And of course, we can create a system that will send focused emails to the vessels and to the people who will prepare the vessel about the post-trade control inspection. Of course, all of that can work seamlessly, can work with no human interaction, and having an automated system, we have a faster, more reliable and less costly solution to assist us for the preparation of the vessel about the next post-trade control inspection. Thank you very much.